Hello and welcome to another episode of My Best Friend the Weave. I'm Kosi Diamondo and with me,
Diola
as always,
Diola is here.
pretty
Hello, everyone.
Diola. Hi
Oh,
Diola.
oh,
She has like the coolest hairdo today. I love it.
thank you.
You guys should see it.
Thank you. I went somewhere and they washed my head, they massaged it, and
I can't
I
imagine.
felt good.
She
I
had
felt
hair
good.
pamper treatment.
Yeah, because I hardly do I said I hardly do. I hardly go to salons because I like to do. I'm a DIY kind of girl. I do my own hair, do my own twists and stuff. So it's nice, like once in a while, you go somewhere and you just
let
have
someone
them
just take care of you. Love it.
get them.
Okay. So today, the topic what we're discussing today is, can you guess? Oh, of course you can. It's Isekai. Isekai. Now, for our newbies who may not know what Isekai is, I'm going to let Diola explain because she knows a lot more about this stuff than I do. And she has also watched a lot more than I have watched, as
You
usual.
make it seem like I know so much. Well, meanwhile, my ranking for Isekai is very, very like it's so tight. Like I don't watch any Isekai. Like as we
I
get
don't
into this
think you're
episode,
alone
I
in
don't watch a
that.
lot of the popular ones.
I don't think if someone told me they watched a lot of Isekai, I would be curiously interested because it's not something that is actually good. It's very hard to find really good Isekai. To be honest, you can literally count the really good Isekai in
Oh my
one
god, the Isekai
hand.
slander has already started and we've not even gotten to the
Oh,
episode.
come on. Is this really
proper.
slander? This is more like facts.
People are gonna
point.
come and fight us, but okay. For the newbies, Isekai basically the word Isekai means another world. And it's more like a theming, and it's like, it was a theme that has turned into a genre. Because basically many isekais are kind of like shonens. If you get it, if you get your overpowered guy who's going on some adventure to do something, the hero's journey you get.
Yeah.
But isekai kind of flips it and takes you, like, it takes that shonen genre even further by dropping somebody in a brand new world, in a brand new place, and these guys have to figure it out. Now, the reason why Kosi says, like, isekai is bad,
To be honest, I'm not sure. Okay, tell me why you think it. Because
why is because the general rap that isekai gets is just like, and also the kind of shows that get released these days. And I wonder to yourself, like, why? For example, we have a vending machine in another world. A guy got killed by Truck-kun, which Truck-kun is like, everybody knows Truck-kun. Truck-kun kills you. I mean, in most isekais, the one stereotype.
Yeah, it's always a
truck.
It's always a truck that kills them.
A truck kills you.
Probably trying to save someone.
You're trying to save somebody. You're trying to help somebody. You're trying to push somebody out of the way, or see a cat. Exactly. Or you're trying to. Usually, it always starts with like these men. And okay, we're about to get into the meat of why like a lot of people hate on isekai, and which I think like it's like it deserves it. One, it's always guys. It's always like a guy that's a shut-in who doesn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
A bum who only plays video games. A useless somebody who decides to go out to just do one thing. Just like let him touch grass, and then he uses that opportunity to want to save a life, and then he gets killed. But then what that happens is that he gets transported into this new world and he becomes overpowered. Which is where the problem starts, because the first time you do it, you're like, oh, okay, cool story. You were sad in your regular world, and now you've come to this fantasy world, and you're living your best dream.
Yeah.
Who doesn't, like, honestly?
Who doesn't love that?
Who doesn't want that?
Yeah.
The problem now begins when all the isekais are kind of the same and it's always guys. And they always end up surrounding themselves with 5 big titty girls. Like, always.
It's like an isekai ton harem. All the time.
Thank you. It always goes from an isekai to a harem. And these storylines are never like, they never try to be different. It started trying to be different when you had like reincarnated as a slime, reincarnated as a vending machine.
Was that even really
like, I
different?
don't even know if that counts. But
I know the most different isekai I've ever watched was ReZero. But we'll get to that.
Okay, are we gonna start talking about isekai? We're talking about like, okay, we've talked about why people probably do not like isekai.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna talk about the reasons why I kind of like isekai. So I don't know why Kosi made it seem like I'm the queen of isekai, but I'm not.
No, I didn't. Did I make it seem that way? I just
you're like you know more. I'm like, oh, was it me?
Well, I said that because you've watched more than I have. I haven't even watched a lot of isekai, but it has such a bad rep that I just generally think it must be really bad if everyone says it's bad.
It's not that. I think it's the problem with isekai these days. It has become more of a quality over quantity. Is that the right thing? like quantity, over quality. So like we're getting way more isekai. We're getting
And
way
not-
more
and
bad
not
isekai and not like good
really
isekai.
good stuff. Yeah.
Like we're getting like so many, all these seasons, you're getting like 10, 12, 15 shows.
Yeah.
And out of all of them, it's
Maybe
only like
one.
it's only like
if you're
two.
lucky.
If you're lucky, if you're pushing it, 2 or 3 that you can like kind of stomach, and you're like, okay, you're doing something kind of interesting here.
Yeah.
Might as well check it out.
Yeah.
So. The reason why I like isekai is because you have a fish out of water story, and you have a story of, if it's done well, a story of how somebody is completely in a brand new environment and tries to figure it all out.
Yeah.
And sometimes these brand new environments are like, if you're looking at them, you're like, wait, I went from the normal world to living in a world where there are dragons and magic and demons.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's a great way to like live out your fantasy, especially if you find one that you really enjoy.
Now that I think about it, I think that would be very scary. Like, I don't really give this isekai much thought, but if I were to just happen to appear in a different land where there's magic and all these wondrous things happen, I would be scared.
Of course you'd be scared.
Terrified.
I think like also like I wish there were more isekai that kind of like went along that route of like somebody actually fucking like, imagine you just wake up and there's a dragon, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but they figure it out really, really quickly, and I'm like, is this really how real life
And it's because it's a power fantasy, and it's because like they're not trying to tell a story, they're just telling the same plot points over and over. A shut-in gets hit by a truck, goes into this new world,
realizes has an amazing amount of power,
gets a harem of big titty girls, and lives his life living the best thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you always have those kind of stories. But now I'm going to talk about the isekai. We're going to talk about the isekai we like.
Yeah, I haven't watched many.
Okay.
At least I know of 4. There's one I just remember while we're talking, and I'm like, that's from the winter 2023. I guess I can't really talk much about it because I've only watched one episode.
What is it?
One isekai where it was actually a girl who died and got transported
into a book.
World. No, she didn't get. No, it was something about like gold coins to live out my life.
I know that one. I know that one.
It wasn't very interesting.
I heard that it didn't get to. Like I saw the. So here's the thing. I have very, very high standards for isekai. I have very high standards for my anime, to be honest, because again, I don't have any time. So what I do is I do my best to watch reviews, watch videos, know what's happening, and then I pick what I watch. So when it comes to isekai, even when people say, oh yeah, watch this, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it unless it's like something that grips me. Yeah. So this list I have right here are shows that gripped me, maybe because it has an interesting plot point, or maybe because like it's just good.
I'm actually not interested to hear
It's just good. Alright, let me hear yours first.
Okay, I will just give you the names.
Okay.
And then
give us.
You wanna start? Okay, sure. So I have That Time I Reincarnated as a Slime, which is like my favorite isekai now.
Oh, you talked to me about this before, and you were like, season 1 was really good, and season 2 went like a really dark route, and you were like conflicted or something.
The funny thing, forgive my goldfish memory, but I can't really remember much about what happened in season 2.
Really?
But I know that at some point it was slow. I know what I didn't like about it. I know what I liked about it, so we can talk about it. But yeah, I can't really remember.
Floor is yours.
Okay, I like Slime because it was my very first isekai. This was the first time I've ever watched anything isekai. And at first, the reason why I even thought about watching this film was because that time I got reincarnated as a slime sounded ridiculous, like redonkulous. Like, what the hell is that?
And then, to me, please.
So it's the average guy who saves someone from being stabbed, and then he dies. And this robotic AI sounding voice tells him, "Okay, I'm going to give you these powers. You're getting these powers." So it's kind of like, like I cannot even fake the AI voice. But just imagine Siri, female Siri, telling you you have this power now, you have that power now, and you're seeing all the codes and everything, almost like he was being programmed. And then he wakes up and he's a blue ball of jelliness. He meets a dragon in a cage. And then from then on, he starts to explore, starts to consume things, because slime can apparently absorb or engulf. I think the word is engulf, kind of like a cell engulfing a bacteria. So it sort of engulfs things. And then it takes the attributes of that thing. And then it takes us on a journey of how he saves a bunch of ogres, trolls, green-looking creatures. And then he starts to build a village. And then he then saves a bunch of higher creatures and he names them, and his power just seems to keep increasing and increasing. And I don't have an issue because Slime was an amazing guy. He had like a lovely personality, and he continued to grow, and then eventually he took on a human form because he engulfed a girl. Yeah, it gets weird. Yes, he had to engulf a girl. She was dying. Technically, she was dying. So he engulfed her and took her form. Okay. Because he has to absorb people to kind of get their powers. Okay. Diola looks terrified.
I don't know if I'm terrified or more like, all right, I guess. I mean, it's anime. I'm like, okay, I guess. Like,
so what do I like about this anime? I think he had a really good progression. Like, we watched how he gained his powers, how he, built his village, met people, how he won the respect of everyone. And he moved from building a small village to building an entire city. I think he became a country. Can't remember.
You know what? I've heard about Slime, and I heard that it's a really I've heard it's one of the good isekais, and it has a really good world building and economics, and how the world is like kind of built from the ground up. So
exactly,
it's actually on my list to watch. It's actually it's on my list.
It also has that I can shut my brain off and enjoy kind of vibe. But I think the only thing I didn't really enjoy about Slime is like the fights were a bit underwhelming. Like, I expect more mass wars. I mean, there were good scenes, but I expect like a lot of backs. Probably because I love shonen a lot.
That's what I was about to say. I'm about to say you're expecting shonen level fights from an isekai.
I mean, he's overpowered. You might as well use your powers for something.
You know what you're gonna put that budget in? The titties. They're gonna put the budget in the titties. That's the thing about isekai. They're gonna put the budget.
My God,
titties, and the girls are looking so beautiful, but the fight scenes are like ass.
But another thing is, it wasn't giving harem vibes. It wasn't. I mean, I can only count like about 2 or 3 girls that were around him.
The budget went into the slime.
The budget went into the world building.
Okay,
the progression.
The progression. That's what helped.
Yeah, that really is. Because at first you think, oh my God, he's actually going to have like an enemy that would like give him a reason to fight. Yeah, but then he engulfs this enemy and takes their powers. So I'm like, why did you bother with the fight if you know you could just swallow this thing up and then gain all the abilities?
Basically telling you that this is all I'm going to do. I'm gonna live life on easy mode. So I want to talk about an isekai, which to me, to be honest, it's only an isekai in spirit.
In spirit?
It's like the cover of it is an isekai, but in the soul.
Slice of life.
No, it's a music anime. I've spoken to you about it before. Your boy Kang Ming.
Yeah, I just watched like the first episode. Did I even finish it?
I don't know how to talk about this show because like it's so confusing. It's not confusing, but
she broke out into the theme song.
I love it. I love the show. I love the song. The song is addictive. So let me tell you.
Tell us about it.
I can't remember his name, but imagine this Chinese general.
Yeah.
Amazing war tactician or strategist. I don't know, Sha. Amazing war guy. He knows his shit. Tactician for the biggest armies. I can't remember the details, but Sha, he's a big guy.
How they come up with this shit? Because it seems so far fetched.
It's so far fetched, I know.
That's anime.
But they come up with this shit. But he's actually based on a real person. So this guy actually gets reincarnated. He dies, and on his deathbed, he's like, I would like to die and reincarnate in a world that is at peace.
Hi! My name is Diola.
I'm Kosi.
And you're welcome to My Best Friend the Weeb. Thank you so much for listening to our episode. To hear the full thing, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and everywhere you listen to podcasts.
All the links are in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Our handle is My Best Friend the Weeb.
See you in the next episode. Bye!